Hi again. This is the second YouTube video of lesson 106. So it has a class fact practice, and I'm trying to help you remember about multiplication and division are best friends. So we have divided by 3, divided by 4, and divided by 1. So I made, again, I'm at my house today instead of at school. I made multiplications by 3s and then one over here by 4s. And remember that we have a song. From this song, We Will Rock You rhythm, and it goes 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36, 39. And each one of them, 0 times 3 is 0. And so the best friend of multiplication is division. So 0 divided by 3, I just changed it around, is 0. So I have a 0, 3, and a 0, a 0, 3, and a 0. They're the fact families. So 3, 1 times 3 equals 3. Then you take your number, 3 divided by 1 equals 3. 6, 2 times 3 equals 6, and 6 divided by 3 is 2. So I will go to the work page and go from there, and I might come back to the 4s. So right here we have 9 divided by 3. So I go over here to the 9, and then I remember that 3 times 3 is 9. So you take your number, your big number, 9 divided by 3 is 3. So I have 9 divided by 3 is 3. Because 3 times 3 is 9. 24 divided by 8. So let's go find out 24 in the 3s. 24. 8 times 3 equals 24. If you want, you can always count. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 3s. 8 times 3 is 24. So right here I have 24 divided by 3. So remember I said 8 times 3 is 24. My missing factor is 8. I'm going to go over to the 4s. I have 16 divided by 4. So on my work page I made about the 4s. This is Mary Had a Little Lamb. So we go 0, where'd it go? 0, 4, 8, and 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48. That's the song of the 4s. So I guess I was missing a 48. Okay, now on this one it says 16 divided by 4. So I go all the way over here and I have a 16. 16 is 4 times 4. And division, you take your big number, 16 divided by 4 is 4. And so I know right here, 16 divided by 4 is 4. This is the fact family. We have the 16, have the 4, and the other 4. Now let's go to the one remind you about zeros. 0 divided by 4. So 4 times 0 equals, I did this wrong. 4 times 0 is 0. Anything times 0 is 0. So this should be 0. Let's go see. 0 times 4 is 0. And 0 divided by 4 equals 0. 0 is very powerful. It's a 0. And then let's go to the 1s. 1 divided by 1 equals 1. Because 1 times 1 equals 1. 4 divided by 1 equals 4. Because 4 times 1 equals 4. 9 divided by 1. Well, 1 times 9 equals 9. So I have a 9 and a 1. I need another 9. 9 divided by 1 is 9. My next thing that I'm going to go to is the homework page. Move all of this. This is the guided class fact practice. I've told you that you only need to do one side, but I'm kind of using this side to help teach. So I will do part of it. Okay, so 311 children said yes on Monday. 125 children said no. How many more children said yes than said no? So I have 311 children said yes, and 125 said no. So we need to know, we need to just go ahead and subtract it. So we write over here 311 minus 125, and you need to use your workspace. So I have the ones here, the tens, and the hundreds. So I can't go 1 minus 5. I need to go over to this one and change it into a 0. And now I have 10 over here plus 1 is 11. So 11 minus 5, so you can always do the tapping. 11 minus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 6 little marks. Now I can't do 0 minus 2, so I have to go to the 3 and borrow and change that into a 2. And I send 10 over. So we had a 0. So 10 plus 0 is 10. So 10 minus 2 is 8. And 2 minus 1 is 1. So we have 186 students said no. Next one, we have a clock. The clock shows the time Corey's dad leaves for work. So we go look at the clock, and I can see that this hour hand is almost on the 6, so it's not there yet. So we've talked about that a lot. It looks like it says 6, but it's not. Look where your minute hand is. So we have it, let's count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. This is 5:45. Write the time using words. So this is before. So this is the till side. You can ignore that 30, but this is the till. So I say a quarter till 6. It's either 5:45 or quarter till 6. The next part said, it takes Corey's dad 1/2 hour to drive to work. So half of the clock is 30 minutes. Half an hour is 30 minutes. So if he's at here at 5:45, I drew this half of the circle so you could see where does 30 minutes go. So if we're right here, let's count 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So that is 6:15. So then this would be at 6 o'clock. You can see a pretend 6 o'clock. And here's where it would be 6:15. He would get there at 6:15. Number 3, circle the word in which 4/7, that means 4 of the letters are vowels. We'll remind ourselves what vowels are. A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. So I underlined all the vowels. This one, Nevada, has 3. Delaware has 4. They want you to find the one that has 4. So this one has an E, an A, an A, and an E. Florida only has 3, O, I, and A, and Georgia has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, O, I, and A. So we have 2 of them that have 4 vowels. It would be Delaware and Georgia. You need to remember what a vowel is. Ohio only has 3, so that doesn't count. Now we're write 3,580 in expanded form. So expanded means like a rubber band, you stretch it out. So I have 3,500, 8 tens, and 0 ones. So we have 3,000 plus 500 plus 80 plus 0 equals 3,580. After the 100 is when you put your comma. My next one is reminding us about square root. So we fill in the missing symbol, addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. Okay? So right here is a big giant clue. This side equals this side. So the square root of 16. I remember I made a paper here about the square root. The square root of 16 means 4 times 4. It says what equals 16? The same number equals 16. So on that problem, you would say the square root of 16 is 4. 4 equals, so this side says 4, this has to say 4, so 9 box something equals 4. So we would say 9 minus, because 9 minus 5 is 4. So you would have 4, and I'll write it right here for you. 4, and this is a minus. See, this is kind of tricky, but I know you can do it. Now, this is also the square. Ready? 3 squared. So that's 3 times 3. What is 3 times 3? So I remember on our paper over here, if I can find it. Oh, yeah. 3 times 3, I'll remind you and show you. 3 times 3 is 9. So we remember 3 times 3 is 9. We're going to put a 9 here. Now, look at that equal sign. It is so important. 9, this side has to equal 9, but how are we going to get there? So 18 and 9. So do you remember that 9 plus 9 is 18? Do you remember that? So I need to go 18 minus 9. Next one. Oh, okay, so what's 7 times 4? Let's go to my 4 page that I had made. And eventually you guys will learn this and you'll know everything. Okay, 7 times 4 equals 28. Okay, so we remember that. This is 28. 7 times 28. So 28, that's what we want right here. Sorry, this isn't very good. 28 equals 280. Oh, what would that be? So remember about the zeros. So I'm going to mark off that 0. This is a great trick. Watch this. I'm going to cross out both of those zeros, and you'll learn this more as you get into Math 4. So I'm just going to say 28 something 1. Okay, but we have to get rid of that. So I'm going to put 280 divided by 10. 280 divided by 10 would be 28. My last one is the check. Okay, so now they're saying the Board of Education has fuel bills, so our school has to pay big giant checks to run our school. They have a check for $6,219.37, $729.35, and $1,623.63. Find out how much they owe for fuels, like gas to heat our school up and keep it warm, and turn on the stoves and the ovens in the kitchens, you know, all of those things. Show how they will write this amount on a check. So I have to add all of these 3 things together, and the biggest thing to remember is line up your numbers correctly. See, even I'm a little tiny bit crooked. So make sure your decimals line up, your ones, your tens, your ones again, your tens, and your $100 bills, and your thousands. So anyway, here we go. So I see that I have something equals 10. 7 plus 3 equals 10, plus 5 more is 15. I carried my 1 and I circled it. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 6 is 12, and 1 more is 13. I carried my 1 past the decimal, and I see I have 9 plus 1. Look, there's a 10. 10, 19, 20, 21, 22. Look at me tapping. 22, and I have to add 2 because I said 22. So then I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's my 7. Nothing to carry this time. 7 plus 2 is 9, and 6 more is 15. I have to carry. So I have 6, 7, 8. And then I wrote it, $8,572.35 over 100. Do you see all those words? I had to write small, and I still almost didn't make it. So you don't have to write dollars. That probably would have given me more room. Okay, well, anyway, that is the second part of lesson 106, and for this week you will be done, and next week we will start again. Okay, I love you all and take care of yourselves.